Folks, what is the deal? It's your man, Mr. Jacobs, here with you back with some more of the All Elite Zone. Excuse me, I was looking at my paper here. Welcome to the All Elite Zone. I am here, Mr. Jacobs, the five-star man himself, here with the Dynamite reaction. Hope everybody is doing okay tonight. Sorry I'm so late, but I am right on time for the first match. So, how is everybody doing out there? I am right on time for the opener. And I just got home and I just saw the last part of the MJF and Roosh. That was pretty interesting. I mean, I love this new side of well, I wouldn't say it's a new side of MJF. I think it's the more I guess the more anti-hero that we all wanted to see. Oh man, okay, thanks for joining. I'm doing okay, man. I hope you're doing all right. Connor's not feeling well today, so I will be taking over for the night. Got Kyle O'Reilly in the ring with Orange. Got Jake Lethal on the outside, and I'm trying to see who else. I forget who else is out there. Wide World of Wrestling podcast. What's going on? Subscribe there as well, folks. If you haven't yet, that's a hell of a channel. We're doing great things over there as well. And if you haven't subscribed here yet, please do so. I mean, why not? We're doing great things on this channel. We have Talking Elite, of course. We have Dynamite reactions. Believe we're going to be doing collision reactions eventually, somewhere down the line. I mean, it depends on if they decide to shorten the show and put Rampage back where it used to be. But that's up to Tony. But yeah, we got a lot going on this channel. Oh, and Jake Lethal from behind. I don't know why, but for me personally, I like Jake Lethal more as a babyface. I don't. I guess I just like him more. I miss the Black Machismo. I want to see Black Machismo make his return. Oh, he almost had the lethal injection. Oh, Colorado took him right to the chin. What a kick. Oh, that was a great spot. All four men are down. That was awesome. Kincaid says, yes, Jacobs, I'm doing well. All right, good hanging in there. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, everybody's doing all right. Yeah, Simon's doing okay. She is doing just fine. Check out her Twitch. She does some pretty cool gameplay. Yeah, but she does the thumbnails for us. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes every now and then. I think she's more focused on her Twitch, right now. But yeah, I mean, she is. Siren's doing awesome. She's a hell of a person. I recommend subscribing or following her on Twitch. I recommend that. And if you also you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. Jacobs 420. I do a Saturday night Twitch. I play different games every Saturday evening. And then I put the replays of my streams on my YouTube channel, Can't Stop Productions. So, but yeah, subscribe here. Subscribe to Wired World of Wrestling podcast. Follow Siren. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's not a bad opener, honestly. I mean, it's well known that I haven't been very happy with the booking lately of AEW. You know, I mean, I'm like I've talked about it before. I mean, I enjoy the women's division. I just think it could be better. It could be a lot better, honestly. Uh, but yeah, but yeah, there's some things going on with the booking that I'm not really on board with. But I'm a wrestling fan through and through, and I'm the kind of person that I'll stick with AEW anyway because that's the kind of person I am. Like WWE, it's in its down period, I still watched it. Off and on. No, well, I wouldn't say I watched it religiously, but dang, that's a good question. I have no idea if Malachi's going to be on tonight. I really don't know. And that's another thing that I was going to bring up is the booking with Malachi Black. I mean, that's up in there as well. Still in picture. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I hang with it because I'm a wrestling fan through and through. You know, I don't subscribe to this whole thing to where you have to like one specific company or one specific style of wrestling. I think if you're a wrestling fan, you should get as much of it as you can, no matter what kind it is, no matter what style, no matter what company. It's just tribalism in the wrestling community that gets to me. But one thing is I do my best to stay as far away from all that tribalism as I can. Because there's so many like Facebook groups that are just so toxic and full of trolls and people that don't know what they're talking about. It can get to you. And don't get me started on Twitch. That's a whole. I mean, not Twitch. Twitter. Don't get me started on Twitter because that's a whole another level of toxic. You know, of toxic fandom. Oh, Colorado. Oh, damn. They're getting their shit in now. They're gonna sleep off the top. Oh, the elbow right in the back of the head. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me see. I can pull it up. I can pull up her Twitch. Yeah, I'll share that with you. Of course. I'm always trying to help her out. She helps me out too on Twitch. So yeah, I'll pass her Twitch along. Why we're a wrestling podcast. I doubt Malachi Black will be on tonight. He has been on all last week. Well, he wasn't on. Excuse me. He wasn't on all of that. I'm tripping on my words. He wasn't on all last week. If he isn't back on TV by the end of the month, he's probably done with AEW. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. By the way, everybody, this is Connor. Connor is in the chat, so yeah, everybody was hoping that you were all right. I was telling everybody you weren't feeling all right and you was hanging back for the night. So yeah, Connor is in the chat, everyone. So show him some love. But yeah, let me pull up Siren's Twitch so you guys can follow her. All right, I think you can follow her at Siren13. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm putting in the chat. Let me see. All right, give me 1 second. I'll put it in the chat. That's a nice DDT. Oh, George Cassidy pulled that one off. All right, guys, it's in the chat. That is Siren's Twitch. So if you want to follow her, I recommend it. She has a pretty cool channel. She's always playing. Oh damn! They're all getting their shit in now. Oh, the cradle. He got him. He got Jay Lethal. What the fuck? What the hell? Ray just got he just got Jay Lethal. Okay, that was pretty okay. I like that. That's pretty cool. Did not see that coming. Okay, I enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie. On the cradle. So it's Will Osprey versus Ray Phoenix. Oh man, I did not see that coming. That was a hell of a win, I gotta say. What an opener. And I'm a fan of Ray Phoenix. I'm psyched. I think that's great. I did not see that coming. No problem, buddy. No problem. But yeah, make sure you're following her on Twitch, following me, follow Wide World of Wrestling Podcast. Connor's in the chat right now if you want to say hi. And of course, subscribe here. And an update on my camera. I am getting a new camera and it is shipping, so hopefully it'll be here within the next week or so. It's been in shipping for the last week. I'll say about a week and a half now. So I don't know why shipping's been taking so long lately. I'm guessing it's the weather going on around the U.S. I don't know, but mail's been pretty slow. At least when it comes to packages and stuff. Oh damn! Just he just dollywopped them. And I've talked to a lot of fans, and they're on the fence because there's like half of the fans that I talk to are with Chris Statlander's heel turn, and the other half freaking hate it because they wanna have that that happy go lucky alien girl. But I mean, this is you have to evolve if you're gonna be in that business, and if you have a popular character, eventually that character is going to evolve into something bigger. I mean, look at Rocky Maivia and transforming into the Rock, the same thing. And I mean, the thing is that with Chris Statlander, this might be the thing that she needs to kind of skyrocket her AEW career as far as you know being pushed. I think it's a great thing, but like I said, I know fans out there that are like pissed about the whole thing. Oh God, here we go, Chris Jericho. I'm not liking this learning tree thing. It's cheesy as hell. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy cheesy stuff in wrestling, but this is like way too cheesy. It's like extra cheese. You know, tell me this asshole put his name on the FTW title. I just noticed he has his name on it now. Oh my God, what a douche! Chris Jericho has his name on the FTW title. I'm not sure if anybody else has noticed it, but I noticed it. Big Bill is like the Big Bill is so dumb. Oh, he's cringe. He's being so cringe right now. Oh my God, Chris Jericho is such a. So everybody, hi guys, and Nobody's even paying attention to him. That's hilarious. Nobody's even looking his direction. They're just like, okay, whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a fan of the quote unquote learning tree, Jericho. I'd rather have Lionheart. I'd rather have the wizard than you know Then the learning tree Jericho. I mean, God. I mean, I don't know. Tell me how y'all feel about this learning tree Chris Jericho character. It's just way too hokey and campy for me. I don't know. Also, thanks for watching us on Twitch right now. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I was saying, oh yeah, my camera should be in within the next week or so. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because it's been lost in shipping for the last almost 2 weeks. Johnny, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for watching along with us tonight. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, as soon as I get my camera and everything, I'll introduce you to Bailey, my new the new lady in my life. The little my furry friend, or the new female in my life, I should say. If you follow me on social media, you've probably seen her picture. Or if you watch any of my Twitch streams or anything, you'll see her pop up in the videos. I'm doing well, man. I'm feeling all right tonight. Show's been okay so far, but yeah, glad to be here with you all, and watching AEW. Now, I've had my complaints about the booking lately. That's true. I mean, if you watched the last time we did a AEW reaction, I kind of let it be known how I felt about it. But I have faith in AEW. I believe in AEW. I just think that Tony Khan needs to more help backstage. It's like it feels like he's taking all this on his own, and like like have like people that have been in the trenches, helping with the booking. I think. I mean, I heard Dave Meltzer named Will the 6 star man. Well, Dave Meltzer can have his own opinion. I've already gave my opinion on Dave Meltzer. uh, and I have nothing against the man personally. I mean, he's probably one of the coolest guys personally. I just think that people shouldn't take what he says as gospel and run with it, because that's the trouble with the internet community, is that they'll take stuff that he says and run with it as if it's fact, instead of doing their own research and doing their own, their own, having their own opinion to it. They would take the opinion of him. Nothing against him, because, like I said, I think I've said this in the past. If it wasn't for people like Dave Meltzer, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. So he's kind of the godfather of the internet wrestling community. You can say that. So I give him his flowers. I'll give him that, but don't take what he says to heart. Take it all with a grain of salt. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have any knowledge of the business. Sure, he does, but he's not always on base with everything. So you have to kind of take what he says and kind of do your own kind of research to it. And in no way am I bashing Dave Meltzer. I don't want anybody to think that, because I respect who he is. I respect what he's done for the wrestling community as a whole, as far as coverage and being able to give your opinions and stuff like that. He was one of the first ones to start that stuff. So he's kind of the godfather of what we all do, whether people want to admit that or not. The elite had a little control of booking. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's very true. And that's the thing with me. I think Tony's a businessman. He's not okay. He's a businessman and he's a wrestling fan. He's never actually been in the ring, as far as competitive, you know, matches or managing or refereeing. He just loves wrestling and he wanted to have himself a company. Now, if I was in his position, I would have people around me that know about the business inside and out to make sure I can have it running like a well-oiled machine. That's what I would do. In Denver, Colorado. Hop, skipping, and jump away from where I am right now. I gotta say, I love to see Christopher Daniels on TV. I think it's great. Anytime I see the Fallen Angel, it's awesome. It's, excuse me. That crowd is on fire, though. Can't deny that. I think he can do better with the slow burning things. Johnny, I couldn't agree with you more. I think he can totally improve on all that stuff. I think you have all the ingredients right there. It's just it's like it's hard to explain. You have all the ingredients right there. It's just that Tony doesn't know how to cook it. Does that you know what I mean? He doesn't know how to put it together and cook it and make it a 5 course meal. He has all the ingredients, he has everything there, but he's not sure how to cook it all up. That's why you need people that know how to cook. You need the chefs. Oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. Microwave it. I mean, that's what they've been doing lately. That's the problem. They have that microwave ready stuff instead of having a slow cook. And that's what I'm saying. Tony doesn't know anything about that stuff. Like I said, he's a businessman who happens to be a fan of wrestling, who wanted a wrestling business. I agree with that one, man. Brian needs a damn win. I don't. When was his last win? I can't remember. Oh, thank you, Johnny. God bless you, and may God be with you as well, brother. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, that's the main issue. I think it's just he needs people back there that know how to that know how to book and put asses in seats. That's what he needs. He needs some veterans back there booking and being agents and kind of forming these different storylines because I admired Tony because of the fact that he does care about wrestling. He does care about it. It's not like he's just doing it just because he wants to make money. He's a fan, but he just needs help. I think you know, and to focus more on that women's division, build that up more. Do more traveling out of the country. Give fans a reason to watch. Give new fans a reason to come see what they're talking about. More press stuff. They need to do more press stuff. It seems that it seems like the only time that they actually started doing the press junkets is when Swerve became champion. Beforehand, you wouldn't see the AEW champion on Good Morning America or whatever. You know, that's what they need to do. They need to go on these different TV shows and kind of spread their brand out. And Donnie says, I'm not a diehard or consistent WWE fan, but I have to say WWE. Yeah, I agree. They do better with their storylines because I mean I'm not going to say that they do have probably I would say maybe 3 or 4 people on the writing staff that have never been wrestlers, but they know how to form good stories. and that can work because of the fact that we have a creative team of half retired wrestlers booking, and then you have the other half, or people from Hollywood that wrote for TV shows and wrote for different movies and stuff like that. I mean, you add that together, you can create some cool stories and have it be have long term storytelling. That's very possible. And so I've said this before, like I don't think there's nothing wrong with AEW taking a couple of pages out of WWE's handbook. I mean, that's kind of the blueprint right there of what you want to do if you want to have a wrestling company. But yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, they can improve so much more. I'm not. And I don't want anybody to listen and think that I'm dissing or downing AEW. I love AEW. I love WWE. I love New Japan whenever I can get a hold of it. I love indie wrestling. I just want to see it do better. That's all. That's really what I want. I'm trying to think. When was the last time Brian Cage actually had a win? Yeah, AEW took some camera shots from, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't want them to kind of make it to where the camera shots are identical to what you would see in WWE. That's it. That's when you have an issue because you don't want to see the product look just like the competition or I wouldn't even call it competition really. You wouldn't want to see the product look just like the next product. You want it to have its own identity. You know. So I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to the camera shots. Some camera shots, but excuse me. But I'll give it to like the crew that's on that does as far as capturing the matches. They do a great job as far as getting right there covering it. But you can tell. I mean, yeah, there's certain shots that they did take from WWE. You can pretty much tell if you watch closely. You're also not happy with Swerve and Will facing the Forbidden Door. Why is that? I mean, I would like to know why. I mean, I don't know. I thought that'd be a cool match, but like I said, the booking's been up and down with AEW, so I don't blame you if you're not into that. I really don't because a lot of fans are being turned off with certain storylines and certain pushes, and it's not the fault of the performers. And that's the thing that I want folks to remember. You can't blame the performers. They're out there doing the best they can. You blame the people, the movers and shakers behind the curtain. That's who you put the blame on because the people that go out there and do it in the ring, they're just busting their ass to give you a good show. And they're just doing what they were directed to do. Pretty much. So if the blame lies with anybody, you blame the people running the show, not the performers. Yeah, oh, okay. I see what you mean. You feel like it's too early. I've heard the same I've heard the same opinion too. I've heard at least a dozen people say the same thing that it's too soon. It's too soon to pull the trigger on that. And I mean, I don't know how I feel about that because on one hand I really want to see it, but on the other hand I do understand where you're coming from. I do understand that. Yeah, Forbidden Door AEW wrestlers should be facing New Japan. I agree. I mean, I thought that was the point of it. Yeah, I thought that was the whole point of it. Can't wait for next week. My favorite superhero comes back. Show comes back. The Boys. You know what? Surprisingly, as much as I dig superheroes, I've never seen one episode of The Boys. I've heard it was awesome though. I've never seen one episode. I figured I was going to get into it eventually at some point and just binge the hell out of it. But I've heard great things about the show. I just never seen one episode. 'cause that's the thing with me. Once I start shows, I get zoned into those certain shows, and then once I'm done with those shows, then I go into another show, and I'll binge watch, different shows. But yeah, that's definitely one that I'm gonna check out eventually. It's just like Game of Thrones. Believe it or not, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, but people swear by it. Yeah, I'll check it out this weekend. I may jump into it because I've heard it was pretty awesome. Honestly, the best thing about the was that release weekly episodes. That's cool. So, okay, that's pretty cool. So it's fresh weekly episodes weekly. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Oh, from what I hear, if anybody's ever heard of that show Heels, it was on Stars, I believe, at one point. I believe from what I'm hearing, they're bringing it back on Netflix. I'm happy about that. If anybody's ever heard of the show Heels, I recommend checking that out. I think it's still on Stars. I don't know if they take it off Stars or not, but I think you can still watch the seasons that they already have because I think there it was the second season, and they just cut it off. I think, and it ended it whenever Ace was paralyzed, which is crazy. I'm not gonna. Well, I think I kind of spoiled a little bit of it. Nobody's ever watched it, but I recommend it anyway. Is Brian Cage gonna get a W? Is he gonna get a W finally? You don't like shows coming to Netflix? I think personally, I think it's great that Heels is coming on Netflix. I mean, it's one of those shows that I think stars didn't give a chance to because they just cut it off at the second season, and it was left on a huge cliffhanger. So I think Heels on Netflix is great. Oh, that was nice, a froggy elbow. Oh, damn it! And Brian Cage gets another L. What the hell, man? Oh man, Connor, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what's going on there. Why are they not giving this man any W's lately? What is going on between him? What is going on between him and Tony Khan? Are they at odds or something? 'Cause it seems like they've just been burying them. Does anybody know out there when was the last time Brian Cage had a win? Can anybody tell me? I'm pretty sure Connor, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure you can tell me. I can't remember the last time he actually had a win. Yeah, I mean that's how they end the series. How do you end the series on a cliffhanger? I mean, like really, how do you end the series on a cliffhanger? That's just I don't know. Oh boy, what's he talking? The universe has already chosen me. The planets have aligned. Oh man, another good match. Not bad. It does suck that Brian Cage can't get a win. I mean, what the hell? He can't. Jeez. Oh, you talking about the boys? Okay, the boys. They have a cliffhanger on each episode. That's cool. That was my main gripe about Heels was that they ended the whole thing on a cliffhanger, which was insane. But But yeah, I need to check out the boys. I've been wanting to for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. Tony Nese, where the hell has he been? I got Andrew Tate over there. Oh, jeez, that dude looks just like Andrew Tate. And that douchebag. What the hell was that? Andrew Tate's trying to fight Hook now. Isn't Andrew Tate locked up somewhere? He should be. What do you guys think about Joe and Hook together? What do y'all think about that? What's the thing? I think Joe has always got something cooking. He's always got something going on up in his brain. Like I see the gears turning. And that's the thing with Joe is that you think to yourself, what's his next move? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna turn on Hook eventually? Is he gonna do this? Is he gonna do that? I mean, that's the best part about Joe. Who's picking between Boston and Dallas? I don't really have an opinion on it, says Johnny. Well, I can understand that. That's what I'm thinking too, Johnny. I feel like Tony didn't know what the hell he was like. Okay, you two, y'all figure something out. Y'all can do something together. I mean, because it's like it's kind of like Hook and Danhausen, but the thing is, people love Hook and Danhausen. I think people love Hook and Joe. People love Joe no matter what, you know. But the pairing is just I don't know, it's just out of nowhere, you know. And like I can't help but think that eventually Joe's gonna show his true colors, and you know, at some point in time he's gonna attack Hook. I mean, that's look at Joe's track record, though. I mean, that's all you got to do is look at Joe's track record. He's ever been the loyal type of eventually he'll attack somebody that he supposedly cares about. I mean, look at he fooled MJF for a while. Remember that? He had MJF thinking that they were buds. And Little Caesars commercial got me feeling hungry. I actually haven't eaten since. Let me see. Earlier this afternoon. So yeah, I'm due for some. I'm due to fill my belly about right about now. I'm probably gonna do DoorDash as soon as I get off the air. I'm in the mood for. I'm not sure what I want to eat, but maybe some KFC or something. 2.0 finally seen together. That's what I was thinking too, man. Like for real, like it's those WCW vibes, not the good one, not the good vibes either. What's fasting? Fasting is whenever you don't eat for a certain amount of time. Like a Christian, and I believe Christians do it. That Christians fast. Some do. I've never fasted because I can't go a day without eating. Trust me, I'm forget that. But yeah, fasting is the practice of not eating for a certain amount of time and cleansing your body of different toxins or whatever. And it's more of a cleansing, I guess you can say. But to me, I don't. I've never got the concept of fasting. I know people that do it, and they do it like I think like once a year or so. Once a year. No, but I'm not fasting. I'm not fasting at all. I can no hell no. I know people that do fast, but I do not fast. I mean, I diet. I've been on a diet here lately. I've been eating less salt. I've been kicking back on the salt because of my blood pressure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do. I've just kind of cut back on certain things. Cut back on soda as well, which is a big deal for me because I'm a sodaholic. But yeah, actually, I've lost about, I guess, I would say over the last, I would say, few a month or so. I guess I lost about a good 10 pounds. Oh, Johnny, that's a thought. That's what I'm thinking too. I wonder when Private Party and Top Flight are going to win the tag team titles. That's the thing. I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is, I would see Top Flight doing it before Private Party. Honestly, if they decide to push them correctly. Jordan Kirby, I agree. This is the worst version of Jericho by far. I'd rather have the Wizard than this dude. Seriously, I'd rather have the Wizard. At least he was funny. This version of Jericho is just cheesy as hell. Welcome back, MJF, you little bitch. So Will's not okay. Will's not there tonight. Okay, I've heard a lot of people hating on Swerve lately, but if you've seen him, if you've seen his, if you well, I haven't seen, if you know his story, if you saw his journey from leaving the military, from getting out of the military to becoming a wrestler, if you know his story, then I think you would think differently. I think it's a good question, Johnny. When is Jericho and Moxie going to take a break or vacation? That's a good question. I mean, it's the old saying, how can they miss you if you don't leave? I agree. They can do with the vacation. I mean, I think they need to rethink this whole learning tree angle that Chris Jericho's doing. But yeah, that's a really good question, Johnny. Stephanie Valcour. And there's a lot, and then that's another thing. A lot of people hating on Mercedes Mornay. Do I think she's a good fit to be the champion? Sure. I just think it was way too soon. I think that she should have worked her way up like everybody else. That's the only issue I had with it. Do I don't have a problem with her wearing the title? No, I just think it's too soon, and they just wanted to make this whole thing, for the excuse me, for the Forbidden Door. That was the only reason was to have Mercedes go on as the champion to Forbidden Door and face the champion from New Japan. So And see, having a strong women's championship, I mean, it's kind of, you can see they're kind of basing it around these two right now. Johnny, you're right. They could have gone on for months. They could have strung the story out for a good amount of time. Really, they could have incorporated other people into the story as well. And create, yeah, exactly. Create more storylines without telling exactly. But that's the thing. I feels like Tony doesn't know how to do that unless there's a title involved. You know, you can. It's easy to create a great storyline around a title, but that's where when you take the title out of the picture, that's when your creativity has to come in. That's when you're gonna need that help. Some people that has been in the trenches that have been through certain things that give you ideas, give you certain things, certain tips on ways to like end the match, ways to further a story on. I mean, you need that experience. You need somebody besides you that's been there. And I think that's the thing that Tony lacks is that he lacks people that's been there beside him, telling him, "Hey, I don't know if this will work. Maybe this will work. Try this. We're going to do it this way. This is how we're going to, run this story out." And delegation is the key. I think delegation is the key. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. With no title involvement, that does increase the creativity. You have to go to you have to tap into that creative side of your brain and bring out gold because and the thing is you can't do it one man by themselves. I mean, I'm going to use WWE as another reference. Look at WWE. When Vince McMahon was running the show, he didn't do it all by himself. He had a team of writers that knew what they were talking about, knew what they were doing, knew how to formulate a story and do long-term booking. I think that's what TK needs. That team. Davis, what's up, man? I feel like they're making Swerve to just no champion. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I can't really argue with that. It has that feeling, it has that feeling to of having and being a transitional champion. I agree. They only made him champion to put him up. Yeah, yeah. That's the same reason why Mercedes Monet is champion right now, so she can go up against the New Japan strong women's champion. That's the only reason why she's champion now. That's the only reason. So yeah, same thing. I agree. And let it be known because I've said this 1,000 times. I am not bashing AEW. I love AEW. I just believe they can do so much better. That's all. And Davis says, I think TK has people he listens to, but it's just not the people he should be listening to. Okay, well, yeah, you got a good point there. You got a pretty good point. AEW needs a booker to help with the product. I agree. I've been saying that for so long, dude. We're on the same page when it comes to this one, Davis. We're on the same page, dude. I agree 100%. 100%. Oh, great. Thanks for subbing to the sister channel, Worldwide Wrestling Podcast. Folks, if you haven't subscribed there, please do so. That's another channel that we also do wrestling stuff on, but that's more geared towards WWE. But yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're coming along. We're gonna start doing a lot more things with that channel, and as well here, it's where excuse me, I'm tripping over my words tonight, as well as here on the All Elite Zone. But yeah, we got a lot of cool things coming down the pike. So just stick with us, and Con could tell you more about it than I could because some things he keeps from me as a surprise. So there's some things that he's cooking that I'm not privy to. But yeah, stick around with us. Oh, we got Donnybrook going down. They're going everywhere. Okay, I'm not really good with these other luchadors. I'm trying to remember their names. But we got the Blackpool Combat Club out there. But yeah, appreciate this. Appreciate you subscribing and following. Oh, that's a good question. Are we gonna do a battlegrounds reaction? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to talk. We have to talk it over. I'm not sure. It's up to Connor and our availability for that night. I don't know. We'll talk about it, I guess. I'm not sure. Can't make anything concrete, but I do miss. Well, I miss him too, honestly. But the truth is, I think he's happy where he is because he gets to be with his son. His son's in NXT right now, I believe. Yeah, Regal man, he's legit. Like he's a what they call a shooter, you know. And for those who don't know what a shooter is, like back in the carnival days of wrestling, they would have like they would have the strong man competition, where they have the dude that can pick up 1,000 pounds or whatever. And then they had like little sideshow kind of they had a little wrestling ring, and there'd be like this one big dude that would take on all comers, and and you have the Barker out there, step right up, see if you can knock this man down or whatever. And there was always one person that tried to really hurt the person or really hurt the guy, and the shooter was the dude that can break anybody down no matter who. And that's Ryan Regal. He's a shooter. He can call a match like a regular match, and if somebody wants to do business their way, Regal's the kind of person that can make them do business his way. He's that kind of person. If he doesn't want to sell, Regal will make him sell. Put it like that. I recommend watching Goldberg versus Regal, WCW. That's a key example of how Regal is a stretcher, and Regal what they would call a shooter. Jay said, "Can't lie, wouldn't mind seeing AJ Styles in TNA." I mean, that's kind of the place that it's kind of the house that AJ Styles built really before he was the face that ran the place. He was at the TNA. I think that was he put TNA on the map. If you ask me, he was one of the superstars that put TNA on the map. I mean, hell, that's back when I started watching TNA. That he was the main reason why I watched. Excuse me. You never know who might be listening. Oh, I'm aware of that. Our microphones can spread a long way. So, but yeah, I mean, I think as far as when it comes to the booking and everything, I think I'm not the only fan that feels that way. In fact, it's been a I would say a stampede of fans that would say that the same thing. They wouldn't have their pitchforks and torches, but they wouldn't riot. But they would have the same opinion that hey, something needs to change, man. Something needs to give some help, do some delegating. And I'll say this one more time to everybody listening: I do not hate AEW. I love AEW. I'm not bashing it. I just want it to be better. 'Cause you know how the internet wrestling community is. They'll take something that you say and run with it and be like, "Oh, he hates this. He hates that." Yeah, Scott Demore, he can be a huge asset. Now I think about it, you're right about that. He can be a huge asset. Oh yeah, Johnny P.D. Williams. But yeah, 'cause he was the first dude that I ever seen do that. So I'm pretty sure he's the one that created that. I'm pretty sure he is because I've never seen anybody do it before him. But now it's like nowadays you can see it in every other match. It's not it loses what's special. It loses its luster. I think it's still a cool move, but you see it in every other match these days. It's like a super kick. Because at one time the super kick was like a devastating cool move. But then you see it all the time, and it's like, okay, it's become part of a match now. It's become a transitional move in a match, you know. And yeah, I agree. 'Cause I feel like Scott can be a real big asset, a real big asset. Give him like some help, let him help with creative and stuff like that. I mean, come on, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, really, it couldn't hurt. It couldn't get any worse, you know. Exactly. Now it's just nowadays it's a transitional move. The Canadian destroyer. It's like part of a match these days. I agree. Petey was underrated, very, very much, and he's a lot of people's favorites. Yeah, people twist. Yeah, that people do that, especially in the internet wrestling community. They'll take what you say and twist it and make it sound like you said something that you totally didn't. But that's what people do for some reason. Ultimate X. I'll agree, man. The early days of TNA, man, that was special. That was special. Okay, we got a question from Connor. Would anybody watch in the NXT Battlegrounds if we did one? If we did a reaction to it, would y'all like to see that? I mean, hey, if y'all would love to see it, and if Connor's down, I'm down. Hell, I'm cool with that. But only if you all want to see it. Oh, damn, that's a hard decision, man. Because I was there, with the WCW Cruiser Race. That was special stuff too. Man, that's hard. That's really hard though, because I love both. I love the X Division and the cruiserweights. So I can't choose, man. I love those both. I'm not gonna pick them. I'm not gonna pick one over the other. They're both special. Yeah, that's hard, man. I can't pick the over that. That's a damn good. That was good, Johnny. That was good. I can't pick over you know because they both have something special, man. They both have awesome, competitors and matches. I mean, come on, it's hard to pick between those two. So I'm not gonna pick. I want them. They're both awesome. I love them both. They're gonna fight Dominic over Liv Morgan. Oh man, I think that's pretty funny that what Liv Morgan's doing. I mean, because clearly she's doing that just to piss Rita off. Clearly that's the reason why she's doing all this. I mean, she got the title and now she's you know messing with Dom Dom. I mean, come on. She's clearly doing this just to entice Rita and to get her, to piss her off, and I love it. Oh, that was close. That was close. Danielson broke that one up at like that was like 2.99. Oh, nice super. Oh, that was a great. I'm flipping over my words again. That was a great super slam, body slam. Oh man, you'd have had to flip at the right time. He would have landed right on his head on that one. Oh, with that hip toss, with that arm toss. I miss Black and Gold NXT too, but I think NXT is good these days. I think they've gotten away from the NXT 2.0. I think they've kind of gotten far away from that, and they have great competitors, man. I mean, damn, who's the North American champion? I forget. Ah, damn it, what's his name? That big African dude. I'm trying to remember his name. I think he's still North. I think he was North American champion, or he still is. But that dude is awesome. I think Noam Dar's there. I'm a fan of him or his. Excuse me. I'm a fan of his. Yeah, Blackpool Combat Club. They're having their way right now. Oh, what a pin! That was great. That was a nice pin. I like that one. Yuta, Willer Yuta with the pin. That was cool. I like that. I mean, it was obvious who was going to win, but I like the finish though. That was a nice little. I'm not sure what you would call that. But that was pretty cool. How many times has the BCC beaten CMLL? I mean, I don't know. That's a good question, honestly. How many times have they beaten them? If anybody out there knows, let me know. I'm because I know they've gone up against each other a number of times. I'm just not sure how many times they've beaten them. Yuta and Moxley still got the best Rampage match to date. Well, that's debatable. That's debatable, but it was definitely killer. But it's debatable whether it was the best. But it was killer. I'll tell you that. Johnny Gargano, Mister NXT. I'm loving what they're doing so far with DIY right now. Because if you're like me, you're a huge DIY fan, and you want to see them win the tag team titles on SmackDown. I mean, they're on SmackDown, yeah, SmackDown. But yeah, I mean, if you're like me, you want to see DIY finally get that gold, and I'm waiting on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna mark the hell out when that happens because it's inevitable, folks. They're gonna get those titles. Hopefully, it'd be cool if they did it at SummerSlam. That'd be nice. Yeah, the BCC roll up. That we'll call it that. But that was nice. I like that. And dang, I see you talking about somebody that they need to be pushing, and they need to put a great angle on him. Because I'm telling you, eventually WWE's gonna be coming with that bag, and they're gonna be they're gonna be like, hey, we can do this for you over here. We can make you a superstar here. I mean, I just think that I have my opinions about the elite. And honestly speaking, I do enjoy their douchiness. I feel like that's they're being what people thought they were in the first place. And I find that funny. MJF is the is only top. Well, I guess yeah, that's true. I think he's the biggest star they have in his 20s in the early. And I think he's in. What? How old is he now? I think he's mid 20s. And we were at commercial. I thought they was at. I thought they were. This was the. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to think who should be coming up next. He's 28. Okay. Yeah, because I figured he was at least 27, 28. That's fairly young though. In the bit for that's fairly young compared to me. Damn, I'm an old fart now. You wouldn't think it, but I'm up there. I just look good for my age. Hold on, folks. Let me grab me a bottle of water out of my fridge, and I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back already. Got my cold water, and I'm good. Hopefully, they make Jack Perry a big star, with the TNT title. I think he's on his way up there. I believe he is. And then the thing is, eventually he's going to do a big face turn, and I'm predicting he's going to be probably the biggest baby face in the company. Give it some time. Give it some time. Just like Roman Reigns, when he returns, he's going to be like the biggest baby face there. So nobody wants your shoes. Oh my god. Does anybody want a pair of those Reeboks? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not a Reebok. I mean, I'll wear Reeboks, but I'm not gonna wear those shoes. I mean, they're kind of ugly to me. I'm sorry. The Young Bucks shoes, they look kind of ugly to me. It's just my opinion, folks. With the right booking, Braun Breaker can be the front runner for next year's Royal Rumble. Johnny, I 100% agree with that. I think if they do this the right way, they're gonna have a monster on their hands. They're gonna have a monster on their hands if they do this the right way. It's gonna be awesome. Well, Soraya's looking great. Look at her. I'm turning on my AC, folks. If you can hear the AC, I'm sorry. It is hot up here right now. And that's the thing in Colorado, man. When it gets cold, it's cold. When it gets hot, it gets pretty hot. Not my Texas hot, but it gets pretty hot. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully that my AC isn't bothering you all listening. Tony just called her a cow. That was mean. Ooh, how would I rate Soraya's time so far from 1 to 10? Damn, you're gonna put me on the spot, Johnny, huh? You're gonna put me right on the spot like that. Ah, damn. Oh, you say smash her tits up? I'm loving Tony, man. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by Tony's commentary. He said we're the breast wrestle. I love me some Tony Storm, y'all. Okay, anyway. But Soraya's time. That's different. Man, that's really hard. I think for me, it's been okay. You know, I'm glad that she's not. She hasn't injured herself so far. I'm glad that she's healthy. I guess I'll give it maybe a 7, 7.5. You know, New York City can get cold. Yeah, I actually have friends in New York City. Yeah, I know it. I know it can get pretty cold there. I got a few friends there. It's kind of like that old Cat Williams joke. You have to get you when it's winter time. You got to get your coat from there for there. Same way here in Colorado. It's like the old Cat Williams joke, man. Like you got to get your coat from here for here. A 6.5. That's fair. That's pretty fair, Johnny. Yeah. That's pretty fair. Oh damn! Saraya throwing her all around the place. I love how Tony has her black and white on her shot. I love that. Shout out to RJ City, who I hear is the one who came up with the whole timeless character. I think that's brilliant. And I recommend if you haven't seen any episodes of Hey EW, I recommend looking that up on YouTube with RJ City. It's some of the best stuff ever. Subscribe to his channel too. I recommend it. Dinner and a movie. They brought that back. I remember they had dinner and a movie when I was young. That's that first started dinner and a movie. Jeez, man, I make myself sound old because that was like, jeez, that had to have been That's been like in the late '90s, early 2000s when they first started doing dinner in a movie. All my TV heads out there, they know what I'm talking about. Anybody that grew up watching too much TV like I did. Whew, excuse me, I had to sneeze again. Yeah, let me know if I'm coming in okay. I hope my AC isn't blowing in the microphone. After Lay loses the title and disappears, I gave that a -10. Well, I mean, sometimes that disappearance. Ah, my goodness, I can't talk tonight. Sometimes that disappearance is reasonable. Maybe they need to take time off to heal up from an injury, or there's always a reason for them for their disappearances. Whether they go off to do stuff like overseas or in different promotions. I mean, because that's the luxury that they do have working for AEW is that they are allowed to do indie shows if they want to. They're allowed to work in other promotions if they want to. So yeah, I mean, I think there's always a reason why someone loses the title and then they disappear. Of course, commercials are beneficial, especially today. Right, gotta pay the bills. All right, good, good, good. Yeah, 'cause I have my AC blowing right on me, and it is hot outside, and yeah. Got a slug off. Stop it, stop the tits off of that. Oh my god, I love Tony. It's like she is. Her vocabulary these days is hilarious. Slap her tits off. I gotta go for Soraya in this match because that's my girl. I love me some Soraya. I wouldn't say she's my favorite, but I do love me some Soraya. Main reason is because Tony doesn't know what to do with them afterwards. You know what? I cannot argue with that at all, man. Cannot at all. Cannot disagree with you there. Because it's like once they've done it, he's like, now what? Oh, excuse me. And I mean, I think Tony Khan. I think he does. He listens to the fans, but to an extent, I believe. For instance, everybody wanted to see Swerve win, and they gave us that. He's like, okay, Swerve, you want Swerve winning? Fine, Swerve's gonna win. But now what? It's like, well, now what are you gonna do now, Tony? You know, it's like you have to have people back there that know exactly how to move and what directions to go. And I'm gonna say this one more time: I am not bashing AEW or Tony Khan. I just want to see it do better. The next thing you know, they'll be blowing up on Twitter. Mr. Jacobs says he hates AEW. Da, 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 da. No, I did not. I never said those words. Oh, planted over that one. That's got to be it. And she kicks out. How do you kick it? Dude, that move should be protected. That was a damn good move. It was a cradle DDT, I guess you would call it. Yeah, but Saraya dumped her right on her head, man. That was sick. Another roll up. Oh, a kick out. Okay, I'm about to say, are they going to end this match the same way?
A lot of roll ups tonight. Oh, nice. That's a stretch. There you go. Stretch her out. She is stretching Mariah out. Not sexually, folks. Not sexually. That's a hell of a hold. She got it. Soraya wins.
Oh.
Soda can't get her shoe off. I love Timeless Tony. Oh my god. I like to hear. I like to hear them. I would love to hear the meeting between Tony Khan and Jennifer Pepperman. I'd like to be a fly on the wall if any meeting they have as far as business. That'd be interesting to hear. I'd love to be the fly on the wall of that.
Oh shit. Yoshikawa, is that her name? Damn, she's hot.
I'm sorry, I haven't. I'm sorry, she's beautiful. Yeah, I agree, Connor. That was a pretty good match, and Saraya needed a good win. She needed a good win. Uh oh, there we go. Tit to tit. Let's go. Oh my god. Ah,
Battle of the breasts.
that was funny. Am I going to see the new Bad Boys? Yes, actually, I do want to see the new Bad Boys movie. From what I'm hearing, it's going to be the very last one. So I think I have to see it because I'm a huge Bad Boys fan.
You're totally just staring at her tits.
That's funny.
Tony can't keep her eyes off of him. I can see why. I mean,
Oh god, here goes more Chris Jericho.
that's what we need, folks. More of the learning tree.
The Jericho Vortex. Oh my god.
He did he just make up the Jericho vortex? Oh no.
Ooh, bad apple. Bad apple. Oh my god, Big Bill, shut up. He sounds so dorky. Oh my god, shut up.
Why does Big Bill sound like that? He sounds like such a nerd. And I'm a nerd. Takes one to know one. Can anybody tell me why does Bill sound like that? He sounds so damn cheesy. Oh, that gets my nerves. Oh my god. I'm sorry. That just got to me. He's like turning to Mr. Rogers all of a sudden.
They're gonna do a fifth one called Bad Boys, the slap. Oh man, I knew the slap reference was gonna come somewhere. That's pretty funny. I like that. I like that one. Johnny, you heard Enzo's gonna be a part of their entry. Are you serious, dude? Is that for? Are you for real about that? I haven't heard that. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Enzo. I think he's cool. He's hilarious. I just don't know if I want to see him being a part of the learning tree. And Connor out there says, I don't know if I want private party in the learning tree, but I do watch them. You know what? I don't know how I feel about that either. I really don't, because I don't want. It seems like I don't want all these people getting sucked up into the quote unquote Jericho vortex. I don't want. It feels like that's what's happening. People are getting sucked into it. All right, I'm glad you're joking about that, dude, because that would be horrible. I would not want to see Enzo in the learning tree. Oh my god, you hear me booing so loud. I think Enzo is great the way he is. Honestly, I like him just the way he is. How you doing? Get a couple of haters. I actually used to have a cup of haters shirt. I got a while back. I forgot what I did with it, but it's like it had like a coffee mug, and it said "cup of haters." I thought it was a funny shirt. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Yeah, we're at dancing backstage, and Johnny says AEW should do a soft brand split between Dynamite and Collision. I think that's the thing, though. I feel like if they tried it, they would just go back to what they were doing before. It wouldn't, the split wouldn't take. It wouldn't last. That's how I feel about it. Because then you just end up seeing, you just end up seeing Ring of Honor people come up and be on Collision and Dynamite and Rampage. I mean, that's what's been going on, really. So I don't see a change in it unless Tony wakes up one day and like, okay, wait, I need to do this. That must happen in order for people to keep watching me. You got to figure it out, at some point, because I'm not sure if any of you have seen pictures of different house shows and different shows that they do where they have to block out like the nosebleeds and stuff. They have to kind of put a tarp over all that to show how many people are not, just to cover the seats that nobody's in. I'm not sure if anybody's seen that, but it's sad to see. And that's what I'm saying. I believe that AEW can be so much better, and there should be no reason why you should have empty seats. You know what I'm saying? See, from what I'm hearing, because like I said, I'm not too far from Denver, and when I'm hearing that they got a pretty good house, they got a pretty good audience there, as you can see. But you know that on they work TV magic. They can block out certain shots. They can have it to where you can only see a certain part of the arena where the most people are at, and they'll kind of black out the seats that are empty. But from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing, people are texting me. It's a pretty good gathering, pretty good audience there. Here we go.
Here we go. We got Strong versus Swerve here, I believe. But thing is, say what you want. Swerve is a fighting champion. He's been a fighting champion. And, people have their opinions on him, but you can't say that he hasn't been a fighting champion. You can't say that. That'd be a lie. Yeah. Well, he's been in more than one main event. He's been in main events before, I believe. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I believe he's been in main events before. Davis, I agree. That was a good match. The finish was awesome. I forget what they call that lock that Saraya had on Mariah, but that was a hell of a lock. Johnny Undisputed Kingdom has lost their luster. I don't think so. I'm a huge fan of the Undisputed Kingdom. Matter of fact, shout out to Matt Taven. We have his interview here on the All Elite Zone. Check out the interview section. You'll see his interview there. Really cool dude. Honestly speaking, he's awesome. We learned why he wears purple, and it's because he's I believe it has to do with autism, and he's an advocate or supporter, or he has family with autism or something like that, and that's the main reason why he wears purple. Look at that man! Look at that coat, though, man. How many alpacas got to die for you to look fly? His grill's pretty sweet, though. I don't know if anybody saw his grill, but it's the championship belt. It's pretty dope. I honestly like it. They haven't been defeating or destroying people on TV. You're right. They've been more of a well, right now lately. They've been kind of a comedy relief. But yeah, shout out to Matt Taven, man. Check his interview out here in the All Elite Zone. Very, very, very open man. He's probably one of the most down to earth um, interviews that we've had. Got some great interaction in the chat tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Oh boy, what do you want, poop butt? Don't be upset. When you say that, I feel like it's gonna be upsetting. Oh, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate all of you guys, man. All of you, every single one of you, man. Thank you all for being here. Where's Chrissy at? I don't know where Chrissy is. He's in his skin, I believe. That crowd is live tonight, though. It's a nice crowd. But Pooh Butt, I will send Chrissy your love. You have to see Swerve versus Kill Shot. That'll be something to see, huh? Oh, that crowd is all about Swerve tonight. They're all about Swerve. Oh, nice. Swerve make this stuff look so easy, man. He makes it look so easy. That's amazing. Oh, another counter. Oh, Strong goes for the knee. Swerve faked him. Nice. What a sequence. I like that. The crowd's appreciative of it too. We got Aubrey. Oh, yep, that's Aubrey. Aubrey Everett is the referee. Nana Shirakawa. That's Shirakawa versus Serena Deeb on Rampage. The lovely Serena Deeb. Oh, there you go. Swerve working on that leg now. Hey, Josh, welcome to the stream. Hey, sorry I haven't been watching the live reactions. I mostly just watch AZ Canada as I'm from Toronto, Canada. Welcome from up north. Thanks for watching AZ. Period, dude. We appreciate you watching any show that we have on the channel, man. We appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. And it's kind of my go-to show. I That's cool, but I want to watch more stuff. But Josh, thanks for watching along with us, man. And you know what, man? As long as you're subscribed and you tune in to whatever we put on this channel, man, it's well appreciative. I mean, it's well appreciated. Excuse me. But yeah, thank you so much. Oh man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree, Davis. I agree. Matt, look at Matt, that player. Damn, that was a rough looking bump though on the turnbuckle. And somebody that has a bad back, dude. My god. Seen you guys interviewed Devon Eriks. I'll probably keep checking that out. Yeah, man, I recommend. We have a lot of interviews on the channel. Go to the interview section of the All Elite Zone. Yeah, we have a lot of interviews. One of the interviews that we have is of a man that's on TV right now, Matt Taven. So yeah, you go check that out. Excuse me. And we're in picture in picture. Johnny says Cody has surpassed John Cena in merchandise sales. I believe it. I believe it. Because I think for the longest time it was him and Roman Reigns that were up there as far as top merchandise selling. I think Judgment Day they were moving a lot of merchandise too. But yeah, that's believable that Cody's the top. He's the top seller now. Davis just watched the Kevin Von Erich interview like a week ago. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, Kevin Von Erich, the legend, the living legend himself, was here with us on the All Elite Zone, just sharing some of his life with us. Talked about the movie. He's talking about the movie and how he had very little to do with it, but he enjoyed the movie. But yeah, check out the Kevin Von Erich interview. That was a very interesting interview, and we also have his sons. But yeah, I mean, we have who else? We got Sabu. I'm trying to think who all we have on here. Eugene, we got Eugene Um, let's see who else. I mean, we have a lot of good interviews on this channel, so check it out. We got Ahmed Johnson. Yeah, we have him. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a great interview. A former Dallas Cowboy turned wrestler. If that's if that's true, that's crazy because he went from a jobber to a main eventer, then surpassed John Cena in merchandise sales. That I mean, that's incredible. Well, Josh says, I know I watched the Sabu one and I commented live on it. Oh yeah, I think I do remember you being there. But yeah, that was a great interview. That was a hell of an interview. ECW legend himself, Sabu. I mean, anybody out there in the chat, if you have watched any of the interviews, can tell me what were your favorite interviews on the channel that we've done? I think particularly for me, one of my favorite ones that we've done was I think it's hard I think for me, being a Texan myself and an older brother, I think that it was very awesome to have Kevin Von Erich on the show. For me, that was great. Oh, Roderick Strong with the kitchen sink to the midsection. Oh, that was a brilliant counter by Swerve. He countered with the stump. That was great. A double foot stump. I asked him about Hannibal. Oh, yes, I remember now. Yes. Yeah. Him and Paul Orndorff, Vader getting to yes. Yes. Now I totally remember now. I totally remember that because nobody else brought that up. I remember that. Yeah, Davis Kevin Von Erich was really good, man. He's such an open book and such a wholesome guy, you know. And you would think, going through what he's been through, he would have a certain feeling about the world, but he's like the most wholesome guy, and he has a huge family. And but yeah, he's a wonderful human being. Yeah, the Eugene interview was great, man. I mean, if guys and ladies, if you're in the chat, I totally recommend checking out the Eugene interview. That was amazing. That was a great interview. He kind of rigged me a little bit because I was a Green Bay fan, which I thought was great. I loved it. Yeah, but Eugene, man, hell of a guy. And yes, the Blue Meanie too. I gotta say, the Blue Meanie. Shout out to Blue Meanie. And if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, check it out, dude. It is. He has his own podcast these days too. I recommend that. But yeah, the Blue Meanie is. He's another guy that was an open book, and so sweet and so nice. He's one of the most, I guess, approachable human beings that you could talk to. I think he's very approachable. But yeah, shout out to the Blue Meanie. BWO for life, baby. Oh man, now you hit me with some good ones. Okay, you've been hitting me with good ones, but this is a really good one. Top five ECW wrestlers. Okay, okay, my top five. Okay, Raven, Sabu, Sandman. Let's see who else. Stone Cold, Steve Austin when he was there because he was pretty cool. When he was there. Let's see who else. New Jack. Those are my top five. Oh, they caught him. Oh man, and Strong pushed him right into the stairs. Oh my God, that looked messed up. Oh, around the apron, that looked bad. That looked bad. You see his head snap back. Oh my God, watch his head. They did a replay. Oh my God! You see his head snap back? That's ridiculous, man. Come on. Oh, Taz, Rob Ed down. Great honorable mentions. I agree. RVD. Can't go wrong with RVD, baby. RVD 420 says, I just smoked your ass. Damn, man. I'm worried about his neck, though, man. That did not look good at all the way his neck snapped back. He's going to be sore as hell in the morning, believe me. Swerve's going to be pretty sore in the morning. The Public Enemy theme song. You know what? Honestly speaking, I was a huge Public Enemy fan back in the day. I thought they were pretty cool back in the day until they went to WCW, and then they kind of became like a shell, a former shell, shell of the former selves. I think. 'Cause I think Public Enemy was always badass when they were in ECW, but then they went to WCW, and then they went to WWE. And I remember watching. I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but I remember watching the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw beat the ever living piss out of, out of Public Enemy. That was fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I loved Public Enemy. I loved Public Enemy because before the Dudley Boys, they're the first ones I see using chairs during tag team matches. Or using tables. Excuse me, they were using tables before the Dudley Boys were doing 3Ds. Through tables. Tommy Dreamer and the Raven feud. That was a classic feud. If I can remember correctly, I think Tommy Dreamer was like the jock in high school, had the girls, and Raven was this loner kid who didn't get any play from the women, and Beulah McGillicuddy was this overweight girl back in the day, and she grew up to be kind of like an ugly duckling kind of a story. She grew up to be beautiful, and she ended up with Tommy Dreamer, and Raven was just because his dad was an alcoholic, and all this other stuff, and Tommy Dreamer's life was so perfect, and he wanted to be Tommy Dreamer basically, and he hated on him. It was a brilliant storyline. I remember Raven and the Sandman. That was a pretty cool storyline back in the day too, with the Raven uh, brainwashed the Sandman's kid and his wife. That was pretty fun. And Swerve pulls off the win. Of course, I wouldn't expect the Swerve to lose. That was a great match. Swerve pulls off the win. Got that crowd going, don't Dreamer only won their last match. Yep, yep. And then I remember at one point in time, Tommy Dreamer and Raven were tag team champions in ECW. Coming around the end of ECW, they were tag team champions. Yeah, that Raven and Sandman feud was insane. Remember, he put Sandman on a crucifix. I thought that was a bit too far for my taste, but yeah, that was one of the most craziest angles I think ECW had was that. I remember there was a time where Sandman had been blinded, and like I mean, he sold it. Like he wouldn't answer his door. His wife would answer the door for him and stuff like that. I mean, he sold his eye injury like to a T. But yes, folks, that was Dynamite for tonight. Oh my goodness. All right, so from bell to bell, back to front, began to end, I'm gonna give my opinion. I think match of the night. Match of the night for me. This is hard to pick because there were actually some really good matches this evening. But I think the main event got match of the night for me, personally speaking. I thought that was a great back and forth. The match was going in the sequences. I mean, it was well done. Um, but yeah, for my rating, I'm gonna give. For me personally, I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. For me personally, and let's see, Johnny gives it a 7.5. That's pretty fair. That's fair. Um, but yeah, I mean, thank you all for joining me tonight here in the All Elite Zone for the Dynamite reaction. Let's see. I think we're gonna be here. Let's see. They're gonna do. I think. I think AZ Canada is tomorrow. I believe. Let's see. Hold on. No, Talking Elite. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Talking Elite. I believe is gonna be tomorrow. So, but yeah, if anybody hasn't subscribed yet, please do so. Follow us here. We have excuse me. Social media is I believe in the going to be in the description below. But yeah, follow our Elite Zone, follow Wide World Wrestling Podcast, and if anybody is interested in us doing a Battlegrounds NXT uh, reaction, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, subscribe here, subscribe to the Worldwide Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We're on the Gram also, Spotify. I mean, we're on many platforms now. So yeah, if you look for us, we're probably going to be there. But yeah, thank you for joining me here on the All Elite Zone. Until next time, peace.